Training Manual. Shanti Raghavan with employability trainers Moses and Reena.
You, the trainer, will have a resource kit to use when you start your training. The resource kit contains especially the trainer manual and many other things. So for example, if you're training the hearing impaired and physically disabled, you will also use the flash. And when we say flash, it is basically a pictorial, e-learning material which you will be able to project on a projector or a TV. You will also have student workbooks that you will give every student. If you're working with the visually impaired, you will also have audio files, audio plays, etc. For the hearing impaired, of course, you will have videos. Obviously, it makes sense for the hearing impaired and for the physically disabled. So let us now see an example of how the trainer manual, the flash, the student workbooks are used in the next example.
Hearing impaired employability trainer Junaid is preparing for the class. He is getting ready by looking at the manual. Junaid is reading the training manual aloud.
Now I have a class to teach for hearing impaired about quality. Why are we doing this? Quality is required everywhere. Attitude towards quality. Case study of hearing impaired. Case study of physically disabled people. Now, Trainer Learning Bank. These are the past experiences of the senior trainers. Let me read. After full quality module. After this activity. I have understood. I have to teach my candidates about quality now.
In the next scenario, please observe, training is done by interaction and facilitation. Training is not done via instructions. The session is done in the following sequence. Introduction to the topic. Students do an activity on the topic. Students observe themselves and conclude with summary on the topic. Junaid in session with hearing impaired students showing the e-learning material on a screen. Junaid starts by introducing the quality module.
Good morning. Today I have a class to teach you about quality. Please sign what you are reading.
Junaid points to the screen and asks which banana do you prefer to eat. Screen has a picture of a ripe and rotten banana. First one.
Why?
First one is good and clean. Second one is not good. Junaid points to the next slide, which has a new and old bus.
Second tune, then happy.
Which bus do you prefer to travel by? Why?
First one is comfortable, second one is not comfortable and it is difficult to travel. First one is better.
We can go peacefully in this. Second one is difficult. The other bus is more crowded.
Jump. Okay. Good.
Junaid points to the next slide. Students are signing.
Yes, in both good. You told fit. I want to fit.
Because they are good in quality.
Quality.
Good quality. How to sign quality?
Okay. Understand?
After the introduction on quality, Junaid says,
In today's class, I am giving you one activity. Module Quality Activity 1. 15 minutes time.
students are doing quality exercise in the workbook.
Did you finish all the exercises? You come and write the answer.
Student is writing the answer on the board.
Sure? Next person?
Another student is writing the answer on the board.
Are you sure? Exchange books.
Okay, good.
How many of you made mistakes?
Mistake.
How many mistakes did you make?
7.
7. Why?
Because of short time.
Short time.
Trainer is writing points on the board.
Another.
Rules were not followed
Why you not follow the rule?
because I had to start work fast.
Answer person.
I got confused while reading.
Answer. Answer person.
I missed seeing it.
Careless.
I was careless.
Trainer concludes the session by summarizing the mistakes made by showing the slide.
Some of you did not find the mistakes because I thought it was easy. There was less time. I was worried. Not interested and bored. Carelessness. I did not concentrate. All numbers looked same.
The example you saw was for hearing impaired learners. Obviously, this will also work for persons with physical disability.
It was very easy for the new trainer, and also he know what next to do and what in the past training it happened. So he is able to understand that also.
So we are actually able to introduce new trainers just because in the manual the whole everything is there for what they need to do. Now for the visually impaired learners, there are slight differences from how you did the session for a hearing impaired person or physically disabled. So Moses, can you just tell us what that difference is?
Sure. It's actually pretty much same, but the only difference is, in case of visually impaired, we don't have flash. The facilitation procedure is documented in the manual itself.
Okay.
The second difference is, the student workbook will be given to the student in soft copy.
Yeah, because they are visually impaired, they will use the screen reader and actually do do their work on the computer. Yeah. So that is the main difference, I would say. But what is in that facilitation procedure? Can you just elaborate a bit?
Sure. In the facilitation procedure, you actually find 3 keywords. One is tell candidates. Basically, these keywords are bolded, and what comes after the bold word is something the trainer has to say or ask. Say, for example, first one is tell candidates. So after tell candidates, whatever comes, the trainer just reads out. Okay.
Obviously with the right expression. The
second one is ask candidate. Okay. How did you feel? Have you find it easy, or how do you find?
The whole facilitation part is there. Yeah. But you're giving these keywords so that the trainer knows what they need to actually do.
Yeah.
Okay.
The third one is there will be some note to the trainer so that the trainer doesn't need to share with the candidate. Okay. That is more for the trainer's understanding.
The commonality between the hearing impaired and physically disabled training manual and the visually impaired is that first you will find the goal. Why are you doing this session? You better know that, So the goal is there. Why are we doing the session? And then there are 2 very important tools for the trainer. One is the trainer preparation. Yes. This is something you need to do before you do the session. And frankly, you could even do it 1 hour before, but ideally you've actually done it a week before and you're thinking about it. and understanding it more, because actually we all need to improve in our own employability. So use that trainer preparation not just to teach your students, but more importantly for even you to develop as a trainer, right? The second portion in that manual, which is common, is the trainer learning bank. This is whatever people like Reena and Moses have gained over many years of training. They have documented what happens during the training. This is your resource material. I think sometimes don't you get frustrated as a trainer that something didn't work in the session? But what would the learning bank say?
It actually says, don't worry about it.
Exactly, and it will say, why not?
Why not? And the interesting thing is, these learnings are documented in form of stories, like case studies. So it's very easy to understand, very easy to read, and it's not philosophy.
Correct.
It's just a narration of something that had happened, we have captured there.
Actually, let's pause for a minute. You are working somewhere and you are a trainer. So naturally, you also want to be as employable as your students. So I would say use this manual not only to train your students, but actually use it to develop yourself and to be more employable. Let's ask Moses and Reena, what happened after you started implementing, on students? Did you start looking at yourself more?
Yes, one of the examples that comes to my mind is after doing quality module, I have become more quality, conscious. It's not just in my professional life. In fact, I started looking at everything in my personal life from quality angle.
Good.
Including my bed, how I make bed versus, where do I keep my glass.
Okay,
everything.
I've not seen your bed, but I would say that at least when I've been working with you, that the quality comes through. And so you're a more reliable trainer, isn't it? Now when you're reliable, naturally your students will get that influence from you.
So whenever any work I started doing, I was more conscious on that. For example, whenever I have taken leave, whether I have submitted leave form or not.
Because we are telling that to the students.
So better I be.
So if not anything else, whether your students are getting better employable, hopefully you will be more employable.
Yeah.
So you know what to do. Just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.